Not all men fail because they lack ambition. Most fail because they lack consistency. They have goals. They speak of them often. They dream. They imagine. They even act, but only when conditions feel perfect. And perfection, my friend, is an illusion crafted by procrastinators. If you are to accomplish anything extraordinary, you must understand this one truth. Your destiny is defined not by what you do occasionally, but by what you do daily. Every man carries within himself the seed of greatness. But seeds do not bloom without discipline. Seeds do not grow when planted and abandoned. They require time, nurturing, sunlight, and most of all, repetition. You can achieve anything you desire in this world, anything, but not without the price. And the price is consistency, repetition in silence, effort without applause, persistence in solitude, the willingness to act even when your emotions beg you to rest. Success does not come to those who start. It comes to those who stay. I have sat across men who held genius in their eyes, brilliance in their minds, talent in their hands, but not a drop of discipline in their behavior. And all their potential, all their gifts crumble beneath inconsistency. Because no amount of intellect can save a man who quits on himself repeatedly. You say you want to be great. Then I ask, are you showing up daily? Are you returning to your craft when the novelty fades? Are you honoring the process even when it feels like nothing is changing? Are you doing what needs to be done when no one's watching? Do not misunderstand. You will not feel motivated every day, but you must still act. For motivation is a mood. Consistency is a decision. The man who chooses the right action regardless of feeling, that man rules his world. This world is not short of ideas. It is short of execution. Millions speak of success, but only a few show up for it daily. They wake early when it's inconvenient. They say no to pleasures that delay their progress. They take the next step even when the path is fogged with uncertainty. They trust not the results they can see, but the foundation they are silently building. And let me be clear, the power of consistency is not just physical. It is deeply psychological. It rewires your identity. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you cast a vote. I am disciplined. I am worthy of success. I am the kind of person who follows through. Over time, those votes form a powerful belief. And belief, my friend, is the architect of reality. A man who believes in himself does not wait for external validation. He acts without applause. He builds without being noticed. He grows in the dark until one day, like a mighty tree, his roots built in silence give rise to fruit the world cannot ignore. Do not chase overnight success. That is a myth built to distract the impatient. The real transformation happens beneath the surface. In the days you don't feel like doing it, but do it anyway. In the hours where your soul feels tired, but your purpose pulls you forward. That is where greatness is born. You will feel lonely because very few walk the path of discipline. Many will watch you with confusion. They will not understand why you disappear from distractions, why you rise earlier, why you say no more often, but they do not see the blueprint you are holding. They do not see the life you are designing from the inside out. And you must not explain. You do not need permission. You do not need understanding. All you need is clarity of vision and consistency of action. If you do that in time, your life will speak so loudly that no words will be required. People often ask me, what is the secret to building unshakable confidence? I tell them, consistency, not talent, not external praise, not gifts, just repeated action in service of your purpose. Confidence is the reward of those who keep showing up. Confidence is the quiet power of someone who knows they will not betray themselves today or tomorrow. You cannot outsource discipline. No one can give it to you. It must be grown day by day through choices. That seems small. But remember, the structure of your life is not built by grand declarations. It is built by the bricks of daily habits. Rise on time. Write the page. Do the reps. Make the call. Finish what you start. Stay focused when it would be easier to distract yourself. These are not small things. These are sacred. These are your declaration to the universe that you are serious about what you say you want. And hear me clearly. You are not weak if you struggle. You are not undisciplined if you fall. What matters is not perfection. It is return. Get back up again and again. Each return is another vote for the version of you that cannot be shaken. That version is built through recommitment, not flawless performance. There will be days you feel like you're not making progress. Days when the work feels invisible, the results are delayed. The silence is deafening, but that is when consistency matters most, because you are not only building results, you are becoming someone stronger, wiser, more powerful. Trust the process. You do not see the roots growing beneath the surface, but they are. You do not see the inner structures forming, but they are. One day the results will come, and the world will call it sudden, but you will know the truth. You earned it in silence. Never confuse emotion with truth. Your emotions will lie. They will say it's not working. It doesn't matter. You can skip this one time, but truth is constant. Every action builds your foundation. Every choice matters. You are always becoming something. The question is what? Discipline is how you shape that answer. And discipline is not brutality. It is devotion. It is the highest form of love. The kind that says, I will not betray myself today. The world is filled with distracted men. Men pulled by dopamine, drowned in comparison, scattered by attention they never earned. But the consistent man is different. He is anchored not by force, but by intention, and intention is power. When you move with clarity, distractions lose their grip. When you move with purpose, your energy multiplies. You no longer need to fake motivation. You are moved by what you are becoming. Your potential is not hidden from you. It is waiting for you to be loyal to it. And loyalty is not loud. It does not seek reward. It does not perform. It simply repeats. And if you repeat what matters long enough, you will rise. Not because of praise, not because of luck, but because consistency bends the world to your will. Success cannot resist a person who does the right thing long enough. That is the law. That is the truth. And that truth does not change. Even when you feel tired, discouraged, or unsure. Every time you act with intention, you are winning. Even when you cannot see the victory. Especially then, because those who win in silence are the ones who rise with power. Be one of them. You must understand by now the ones who go the farthest are not the most gifted but the most committed. They are not the loudest, not the most celebrated, not the most followed or praised. They are simply those who decided, I will not stop. Let the world chase applause. Let them count followers and moments of popularity. The man of consistency does not move for noise. He moves for vision. He acts not to be seen, but because he knows exactly where he is going. And more importantly, he knows why. Your why must be deeper than approval. It must be stronger than convenience. Because every day something will try to pull you off course. Laziness, doubt, criticism, fatigue. But if your reasons are rooted in truth, you will stand tall while others fall. Don't look for shortcuts. They are mirages, empty promises that lead to delay and dependence. You cannot bypass the climb. You cannot fast-track personal growth. True consistency requires that you walk every step, not skip, not jump, not borrow, walk. And each step walked, however slow, builds strength, because the value of the destination lies in what you became on the journey. I've seen people ask for the secrets of success as if it's a hidden code. But the truth is not hidden. It is avoided because it is simple and people fear simplicity. They want magic. But magic is just discipline repeated until the world calls it mastery. You want results, then you must build systems. You want freedom, then you must build structure. You want peace, then you must become loyal to order. And the only way to build that order is through consistency. Do not be seduced by how others move. Some people sprint for a season. They look impressive, loud, fast, but they burn out because they never learn to walk with intention. And success is not a race. It's an endurance. It's how long you can stay faithful to the fundamentals. While others change paths, change plans, change principles, you remain rooted. While others chase novelty, you chase excellence. And excellence is not built on feeling good. It is built on doing what matters whether or not it feels good. Because feelings are not facts. They are weather. They change. But purpose is the compass. Purpose guides when the skies go dark. Purpose drives when there's no one cheering. Purpose is the fire that outlasts storms. So ask yourself, what is the purpose that drives you? And are you aligning with it every single day? If not, begin now, not tomorrow, not next week. Begin now. Start small, but start with force. Set your morning, set your evening, set your non-negotiables, write them, commit to them, and live them without needing to talk about them. Consistency is quiet. It does not announce itself. It does not need celebration. It builds silently, and then suddenly it erupts into visible success. But understand, consistency will cost you. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you old habits. It will cost you the identity you wore when you were casual, unfocused, emotional. And that is a good thing, because the version of you that achieves greatness is not the version of you that delays and doubts. It is the version that acts when it's hard. That shows up when it's inconvenient. That keeps going when no one claps. Don't wait for support. Build with your own hands. Don't wait for inspiration. Build your own fire. Don't wait for signs. You are the sign. And do not ask others to understand your path. It was not given to them. It was given to you. That vision, that dream, that silent knowing in your gut that belongs to you. Protect it. Guard it. Work for it. Because dreams are not realized in grand gestures. They are realized in mundane acts repeated with focus. You sharpen your blade not by swinging it once, but by grinding it over time. So grind and grind with gratitude. Let's speak of time again, not as the enemy, but as the currency. Time is the great revealer. It multiplies everything. If you plant inconsistency, time will multiply regret. But if you plant consistent action, even humble, quiet, unseen, time will multiply the harvest. And when it comes, people will say you're lucky, that you had a breakthrough, that you were gifted, but you will know. No, it was not luck. It was not chance. It was the quiet compounding of every early morning, every delayed gratification, every hard choice made when ease was available. That's why you must detach from praise. Praise will come, and praise will go. But your work that must remain. Work is what frees you. Routine is what guides you. Repetition is what transforms you. You do not become strong by accident. You become strong by intentions sustained over time. Don't compare yourself to others. That is the path of destruction. You don't know their battles. They don't know yours. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. If you have become more consistent than that man, you are winning. If you have taken one step further than you did last week, you are evolving. And let me remind you of this. Even when you feel stuck, even when it seems like progress is invisible, if you are staying consistent, you are moving. Growth is not always seen. Sometimes it's happening beneath the surface, like roots deepening, preparing to hold the weight of a life that can no longer be shaken. You are being fortified, not for comfort, but for impact. The world is full of people who started, but very few who stayed. So be the one who stays. Be the one who returns. Be the one who pushes past the temptation to stop. You don't need to go fast. You need only to go forward. Every day, one action, one choice, one page, one workout, 1 hour done with presence, done with purpose. Soon that small act becomes your identity, and that identity becomes unstoppable. You must also protect your energy because inconsistency thrives in distraction. Do not drain your life force on what adds no value. Limit the noise. Distance yourself from chaos. Stay grounded. Choose stillness. Choose solitude. That is where the builder's mind is forged. Consistency doesn't just change your results. It changes your center. It makes you harder to rattle, easier to focus, quicker to recover, and slower to react. That is the kind of power no one can give you. You must earn it. You earn it by doing what's required, not what's convenient. You earn it by showing up after a setback. You earn it by not needing to prove yourself to anyone because you've already proven yourself to yourself. And that kind of certainty is magnetic. When you carry yourself with the posture of someone who doesn't need to be validated, but who is deeply grounded in their own discipline, the world notices. Not because you're loud, but because consistency is felt. It is an energy that speaks louder than any words. You've heard people talk of overnight success, but now you know better. Success is not overnight. Success is every night. The nights you stayed up and worked. The nights you read instead of scrolled. The nights you trained, studied, built, refined. When the world was asleep, you were preparing. And now you must continue. Not because it's easy, but because the alternative, inconsistency, regret, unrealized potential is no longer acceptable. You were not made for comfort. You were not made for mediocrity. You were made to pursue something real. And anything real requires time, sacrifice, and consistency. So let others chase the temporary. You stay focused on the eternal. Let others drift with trends. You stay anchored in principle. Let others pause when it's hard. You push through. You do the work. You honor the process. You outlast them all because you are not trying to impress. You are trying to build. And builders don't stop when it's hard. They keep going until the structure stands. And then they keep going because the truly consistent man does not stop when the goal is reached. He understands that consistency is not only for creation, it is for maintenance, for protection, for evolution. The habits that built the result are the same habits that will preserve it and the same habits that will elevate it further. You do not stop watering a tree because it has grown. You do not stop sharpening your blade because it is sharp. The master never stops refining. Because mastery is not an arrival, it is a lifestyle. And what makes the consistent man different is not his circumstances, but his relationship with difficulty. He does not see hardship as an enemy, but as an invitation to rise. He knows that pressure does not break him. It reveals him. And with each repetition,